Hi guys, you're welcome to Ayat TV, and if you're coming here for the very first time, be kind enough to hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Today we're taking you to Robert Mugabe. He was a former leader of Zimbabwe. He was born in the year 1924. He died in 2019. His father was a carpenter, and his mother had only one dream. And his mother's dream was for him to become a reverend father. But later in life, he became a revolutionalist, he became a pragmatist, and also he became a freedom fighter. He was the first elected Prime Minister of Zimbabwe. Unfortunately, he died at the age of 95. He couldn't let go of power. Today I just want to show you a video of Robert Mugabe on one of his foreign visits, and this is an interview he had, just taking you through some of the questions he had to answer during that visit. Just take note. The question he was asked is, what kind of society do you want to see in Zimbabwe after independence? This was his response.
I would like to see a society based on the principle of non-racialism. In other words, the present system whereby land is divided according to race, the economy is worked according to race, society as a whole is established on the principle of racial bloc.
So he was also asked questions about democracy, free elections, freedom to vote, voting rights for black people, and this was his response.
Yes, of course, why not? We are fighting for democracy. We would like to see a democratic state established in Zimbabwe. And this means a state based on the wishes of the majority of the people. The best way in which people can demonstrate their participation in democracy is by voting, and elections are quite a necessity.
This question you're just about to watch is the one that really got my attention. The interview you're watching was actually held pre-independence. That was before Zimbabwe got independence in the year 1980. So he was asked, what if the whites in Zimbabwe decide to hand over power to the blacks, but decide to keep control of the military or the paramilitary, say the police and other armed forces? And this was his response.
If they accept the fact of the transfer of power, I don't see why they shouldn't accept the fact that this power must be as effective as any power can be in any state, and this effectiveness can only come from the fact of control by our forces. Whether they will accept it or not is immaterial to us, really. They have to accept it in as much as they must accept political domination. Well, if it breaks down, it will have been because they are not prepared to transfer power fully to us. We want a total transfer of power.
And then this one, he was asked a question about what role he sees himself playing when Zimbabwe gains independence. And he said he's okay with whatever role the people give him or whatever role the political party in Zimbabwe hand him. That was the best answer for that question. Watch it.
Well, for myself, I see a role assigned to me by my people, by my party first and foremost. Whatever my party asks me to do, I shall do. Why? Why not? Our guerrilla movement is not divorced from the generality of the people. I have mentioned already that the guerrillas are part of the body of our population in Zimbabwe. The people who are fighting the war are, on the one part, trained people, on the other, untrained people. They all constitute the Zimbabwean army in a broad sense of the word. Some are feeding the guerrillas, some are showing them the way, some are raising foodstuffs and clothing for them. All these people are engaged in the struggle. They all matter to us.
Alright, so guys, thank you very much for watching. But from the video you can see that, so it's good stuff. But what I'm thinking is, how did this man in question go from left to right? How did he fall off the tracks? He seemed to know exactly what he wanted. The interview you just watched was held sometime in the 1970s was a fantastic one. He was eloquent, he was intelligent, he was a pragmatist, he was sound, and he was also a revolutionarist. He was dedicated to the cause of his people. He knew exactly what he wanted. He fought for the rights of his people. He was the pioneers of what is today known as democracy. But he fell off the track, stayed in power for over 30 years, and somehow he lost the relevance that he sought to have installed in that country. So the big question is, what happens to African leaders? Why are they so desperate, or why are they so adamant for power? Why don't they have that ability to let go of power when they get a hold on it? Thank you guys for watching, and remember to hit the subscribe button.